So talking about CQRS, as you can see in my code, I have CreateOrderCommand and CreateOrderHandler. CreateOrderCommand is the request data to create an order, and my CreateOrderHandler is a handler for business logic. Means it validates, then it checks the persistence, then it returns. So my controller is just forwarding it to the mediator. And why I'm using mediator here? Because mediator provides me in-process message bus, and behind the scenes, all my commands and queries becomes messages. So handlers process them, which makes my controller super thin in terms of handling. So they only delegate instead of owning the logic. So where this scenario fits CQRS validation persistence that I have built, this is what I'm using it across my code bases. The benefit of using CQRS via mediator is like commands and queries, as I told, act as messages, and handlers run the business logic. Not only it makes the controller thin so that controllers act as delegate, it makes it more testable in terms of use cases, separation of read and write flows. So I can easily monitor where exactly is the issue in my testability. So in this module, I had implemented it in the order management application, and here the commands with the validators. And when Fluent Validation come into picture, what it does is it requests validation pipeline. Why a Fluent Validation is doing this? Because it has to reject bad inputs before it comes to the domain logic. So here in my file createordervalidator.cs, it is there. And coming on to EF core in memory, it is a lightweight persistence, because when I have to showcase something to client immediately without being taking care of the database operations, I can use EF core for development and tests. So it requires no SQL setup, and it's swappable later to SQL Server with migrations. Basically, in small applications or in small app, a single service or controller can both get and save perfectly fine. But in enterprise app, the same scenario turns into spaghetti. I mean, harder to scale, harder to test, harder to secure or optimize separately. So this is where CQRS split the concerns. Commands go through a pipeline of validation, business rules, transactions, logging, etc. And whereas the queries go through a read pipeline and could even hit a read optimized DB or cache. This separation enables us to ensure scalability, maintainability, testability, security, all these important aspects which we can have by using CQRS. So that is the reason I make sure in all my code bases and the one which I am providing on my YouTube channel, I am implementing CQRS. And that's how in my upcoming videos also you will see more tools and techniques and the utilities which I am using that are not only futuristic but also are embraced in enterprise world. Yeah.